Welcome to day 24 of the Wii Party 90-day challenge. There are 83 different minigames spanning across Wii Party, and I have a lot to say about them. As this game has been constantly played over the years, it's now in my best interest as an adult to give a proper deep dive into each game and its offerings. What's good, y'all? My name is Josh. I'm the current world record holder for Board Game Island, and this is Wii Party Minigame Review. Opening Wii Party for the first time can be daunting. Main games, sub-games, suggestions. Ultimately, a lot can be running through someone's head here, and I don't blame them. As a 7-year-old playing this for the first time, you tend to drift off into the easiest of easy. That's where this little mini-games menu comes into play. Crap, even more menus? Well, at least it's relatively straightforward in how they present this. Free-to-play is the go-to here. We choose one player out of chronic loneliness, choose our character that looks like he just got stoned the night before, and now we choose our difficulty. For the new player, you won't see expert or master mode, but at this point, 7-year-old me just wants to get to the games as soon as humanly possible, so we just click beginner and move on. We then meet this mess. There are different kinds of minigames? What kind of witchcraft is this? Well, out of lack of motivation, I point to what I deem the most playable and come to this. 41 4-player minigames with a grand majority of them spanning in variety. As a completionist, it's only fair to pick the very first one, Derby Dash. Fortunately, my 7-year-old self don't gotta walk in blind. We got rules, baby! And for those who garner intense amounts of dyslexia, we even have motions shown with the Wii remote, which is actually rather helpful considering this is all I really looked at when I was a kid. But since I've defeated the good old puberty, I'll have the confidence to read the rules. It's time for a horse race. Yeah, it better be. Giddy up to the finish line, but be careful not to use up your horse's energy too soon. Reading controls surprisingly adds a bit more detail to this. Swing the Wii remote down to boost your horse's speed. Its energy will replenish slowly over time. Why didn't it explain that in the rules? That's a pretty core part of this minigame. Does it really want the player to believe I just have a health bar and that's it? At least they address it, but for a new player who doesn't do the due diligence and looking in both drop downs, I gotta be honest, this is a pretty big miss. Anyways, to the gameplay. We meet ourselves with a close-up of the horse racers at their respective starting gates as we get— Whoa! Oh my gosh, no countdown? Golly, they really just throw me into the fire like that. Alright, well, I guess I gotta swing down on my Wii remote to gain speed. There's a progress bar that's displayed at the top to indicate where the first place horse is at in the race. I don't personally understand what the lines are for, really. I understand it's to identify like a fourth of the way or halfway, but it doesn't really accomplish anything here considering the horse isn't respawning. Or is it? We trudge along with the whip in hand, right? And we utilize every last whip to the very last one. Wait, what's happening? Where did the rules explain this? I didn't know that the horse was going to slow down majorly due to a lack of energy and no will to live in. Well, I guess this is implied, isn't it? It did tell us to be careful, which I should have probably taken more into account before we started, but due to my insanely low IQ, I managed a last place finish. The end screen has all 4 players respectively in their horse racing suits, with myself living in utter depression. Upon first impression, it's a great vision for a minigame. In fact, it was that good of a vision that it actually got a sequel in Wii Party U called Safari Hustle, aka the dumbed-down version. Nonetheless, the game is very fluid with motion controls. You can actually judge how slowly or quickly you want your energy bar to deplete. You truly do have a lot of control here. When you strategize and figure out how much you want to replenish over time, you can cultivate a rhythm of getting your energy bar down to the very last whip, and you're going to be able to cruise to the finish line with ease. I find that if I have a full energy bar about roughly 3/4 of the way done and start whipping the horse like crazy to the very finish, I guarantee you win on every CPU level. On average, your ending time should be around 35 seconds if you do it right. Upon every minigame moving forward, a proper rating will be addressed. I will give 3 different ratings, with 0 being the bottom of the barrel and 10 being the best of the best. The ratings are as follows. We have enjoyment, difficulty, and replayability. For many, including myself, this is the first minigame you'll play, and with that in mind, developers do want to create a heavy hitter that will keep the player hooked onto the other ones ahead. With that in mind, I'd say that this is enough of a heavy hitter to be a solid 7 out of 10 for enjoyment. Once you get into the expert and master difficulties, I'd say it's kind of hard to win with consistency considering the CPU actually know how to play by this point. Compared to the ones we have coming up, this is one of the harder ones to get down, so I'd say a 6 out of 10 difficulty rating is appropriate. But is it worth coming back to? It does outstay its welcome a little bit, but that can be argued for nearly any minigame you choose to play. I'd say it's a solid enough time to come back to though, which will warrant another 6 out of 10 for replayability. That's it for the Wii Party minigame review. Subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed, and leave a like and comment your ratings down below. I want to see what you guys think about this. And I'll see y'all in the next review.